Hello, welcome to Focus Power. This is your upper body 3.2. So we're gonna jump right in there with our warm up with a march in place, making sure that you're bringing your elbows back because we're really wanting to warm up. Like, yes, we're warming up the full body, but really getting our shoulders activated because this is upper body. We're gonna go hard. And this, like I said, is 0.2. So if you find that you wanted to bump this up a little bit and you want to go to a 0.3, or maybe you want to take this down to a 0.1, you have options here. We're not using weights in any of these yet being the key word, because we at least will have a couple more upper bodies in Focus Power, and you'll see, we're going to be taking it up. We're going to level it up. 3, 2, 1, shoulder roll forward. But we wanted to literally just start you here, just getting the moves into your body, right? Starting to learn that muscle memory with good form. And then maybe you add weights in the next one. Maybe right now you're like, I'm ready. I was born for this. I was made ready for this. If you want to add some weights to this, you absolutely can. We're going to go through a series of moves. We're going to do them 30 seconds each, and we're going to do them twice. So, using gravity in your body without weights, you're going to get plenty of a strengthener in here. But if you want to add weights, you do you. Reverse it back. I always say, you know your body better than anyone else. So if you know that you need just to add maybe even some wrist weights, maybe some dumbbells, go for it. Who am I to hold you back from living your best life? That's not going to be me. 3, 2, 1. Took side to side. And now just bring your arm into a side reach. Just reach this out. Warming up our core also, because we're going to be doing some complex movement here. A little bit of total body engagement. So we're here for a few. Stretching that out. 2, 1. Now, reach across. Right across the chest, just shoulder height, right? And then making sure you're lifting up. I always want to do this. Make sure you're lifting up your heel and bringing your feet around, right? Making sure we're not twerking the knee. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a different word than twerking. That's just in my vocabulary. 3, 2, 1. Do just like a standing chest press. So hands right in front here, and you're going to pull this back. So just I'm bringing it back further than my chest, pulling it all the way back. You're actually going to see this move in the workout. So it's just getting used to this movement, pressing it in, pulling it out, even though there's nothing there. Just the idea, using imagery to help our body activate. 3, 2, 1. Let's do the side reach again. Do a little bit extra in there. Now this is your moment to set it in your mind, your intention of, I'm gonna finish this, right? Even if I have to press pause, even if I have to slow it down, even if at some point you're just like shimmying and doing your own thing, you're not gonna stop. That's just make up your mind right now. You're gonna be in this and finish this with me. But I don't wanna finish it by myself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So we're gonna go right in there. Like I said, we're gonna do a set of moves. I think total it's probably about like 10 or 11. We're gonna go straight through, 30 seconds each. Then you'll get a break, shake it out, rest a little bit, and then we're gonna do it again. Obviously the second time, probably picking up the pace a little bit because you'll know the moves and you'll have them in your body, and then we can just kind of like power through them. But the first time we're gonna set a pace. The first move is our chest squeeze out. So taking your palms, pressing your palms together, right? Really putting some force there, and then all the way through your fingers, all the way to the pads of your fingertips. This is the resistance, right? This is why we don't need weights, because you're using this resistance. Sit it down, and you're gonna press this out and in, right at the chest level. Keeping that resistance the same all the way through this motion, right? So if you start out like, yes, try to keep that same level of resistance. And you may already feel that your arms are shaking through this move. Mine already are. I'm like, they are shaking. But this is why you don't necessarily need weights for this, because, oh, we're working it. 3, 2, 1. Quick shake out into our shoulder press. Feet shoulder width apart. Sit it down. Always keep a nice bouncy knee. Never lock it out. Making like a gold post here. Press it up and down. There you go. Really engage. So notice how right there, right at the side, and I'm pressing this up. The idea of even having weights, that keeps it activated. I don't necessarily need weights because I have gravity working against me, right, as my resistance. 3, 2, 1. Quick shake out, because we're coming back into that same position. Now we're just going to do a shoulder pulse. So you're right here, and you're going to pulse it. Maybe even do raise the roof hands. Yes, yes, we're amazing. But it literally is a micro movement. 1, maybe 2 inches. Keeping it strong all the way through the torso. Like I feel this. Woo, in my shoulders, in my core even. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Adding in our chest flies, right? What we just did in the warm up. We are literally going through this. I'm like, what? I love it. So we're here, out. Maybe you do a kickstand stance. For me, this actually feels a little bit better. It's a little bit more comfortable in this position. I make sure that my booty is activated, nice tall spine, and pulling this in. The idea that you're squeezing, right? And then pulling apart, squeezing together, pulling apart. It's rare that we do these actions in every day, right? So you might not feel used to, you're like, what's happening? But pressing together and then pulling something apart. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. That may be new for you. Trust me, new for me too. We're doing new things. We're getting out of our comfort zone. Do a standing skull crusher. So if you, 2 ways to do this. You don't have to have your hands together, but just imagine that you have a ball in between your hands. You're gonna bring it up and you're bending at the elbow, down and up and squeezing that imaginary ball. If you can, bring your palms together, just like the chest press out. Press through the palms all the way through the pads of the fingers. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. So it's down and up. Again, if you have your palms together, your hands together, try to keep that same level of resistance, that same force that you're pressing through. Keep that through the entire motion of this, all the way down, all the way up, making sure your elbows are in. We don't want them wide out here. Keep them tucked in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. You're doing amazing. Few more moves. Bicep curls. Again, elbows in. We're gonna start with up, and then we're gonna come halfway down. Here we go, up, halfway down. So you may wanna check yourself in a mirror just to check, because sometimes you're like, I'm going halfway down, and you're really like here. So it's up, halfway down. Keeping that strong, right? Elbows in. And maybe you grab like a bottle of water, or maybe you do have weights. Test it, and then you can put them down if you want to. And shake it out. We're going down, halfway up. Same bicep curl, but now we're just taking this down and in it, halfway up. Halfway up. There we go. Again, check yourself in the mirror. Like, am I just going halfway up? There's a reason why we're stopping at the halfway point. There's a rhyme and a reason for what I'm doing, I promise. And again, we're doing these for 30 seconds each, 2 rounds. That's why we don't necessarily need weights, but if you feel like you wanted to for the challenge, if you feel like this is really easy, go for it. 3, 2, 1, release it. Full range, down, all the way up. Same movement, here we go. And down, halfway up. Keep that bend in the knees. Remember, keep it nice on the figures here. And I challenge you to do these without the weights, because I think, there's a great benefit. Even if you've done these moves before, sometimes you just go on autopilot, but it's a great way to check, is my form right? Right? You can really concentrate on, is my body in alignment, right? Am I doing this? Am I activating the right muscles? And then you can challenge yourself and add those weights and know, like, okay, I have that muscle memory, and now I can challenge myself with that correct form. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Shake it out. Shake the whole body out. Because if you're like me, I've been like, giving it all attention. Do some lateral raises here. So you're going to bring your arms shoulder height right at the side. Then you're going to kind of loop it into a 45-degree, loop it to the front, and then bring it down. So again, it's up. You make these like kind of half circles to the 45 and then half circle to the front. Here we go. And right in it. I love this move. Like there's just, I like how you're hitting different parts of the shoulder girdle and that movement. It just, I don't know. It makes me happy. These days. Who knew upper body strengthening would make me happy? But this move does it for me. Just straight across. So keep it strong. Up. So if you had weights, literally, give me one more. Up. You'll just be holding them there and down. Shake that out. Going into our bent over row. So this is critical on, and again, that's why if you don't want to use weights, we're not doing with weights, focusing on the form. So feet shoulder width apart or wider. If you have to adjust the belly a bit, or even if you want to do this in a kickstand scenario, you're bringing this down a little bit and hinging at the hip, keeping a straight, tall spine, right, all the way from the tailbone through the top of your head. And that may take pushing back. What you don't want is to feel this in your lower back. So if you feel like, Kanoa, I'm feeling this, either sit it back or bring it up. You might play with it. We all have different body shapes, so the key point is finding that positioning that works for you where you're not putting strain in that lower back, right? So maybe it's taking it up, and that's okay. So come into your position, and I'm here. I bend, I really push my booty back, and then with palms facing together, you're gonna bring this up and pretend like you're squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades. Here we go. So you're up and down. I mean, I'm really working, like I got some 45s. And here's the thing, I've done this move, I do this move with some significant weights, and I can. But right now it's like, I'm focusing on the form and I'm still working. I'm still sweating, I'm sweating. So could I bump this up? I could. But for the purposes of right now, it's like, I'm good and I'm working. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it up. I use my booty, squeeze it under to bring me up. That is our first round. Literally, we crushed that. So I'm giving you a little bit of break. Grab some water. If you need to, if you're like, okay, you know what, I actually could do this with some weights, grab some light weights. Grab 2 bottles of water if you want to. Maybe you tried it with weights, you're like, you know what? She's right. I need to put these down, whatever it is. Here's your time to just reset, readjust. And then also get into that headspace of, we're gonna do this again. You got through it one time, the first time. Maybe you struggled, maybe it was a breeze. The fact of the matter is you got through it. And you're not gonna quit. You're gonna finish the second round. Take it at your pace. Maybe you go slower. Maybe you can bump up some of the pacing through. Listen to your body. Give it what it needs, right? This is your time. It's about you. So I'm gonna give you another literally 15 seconds, and then we're gonna hop into this. So you're gonna see at least 2 more upper bodies in this Focused Power series. So they are going to get more challenging in different ways. It could be that we're doing longer sets. It could be that we're adding weight and doing shorter sets. It can look a lot of different ways, but you're going to see this a couple times. So for you, maybe you're only doing the muscle strengthening workouts. Maybe you're only going to do the upper body. Maybe you're doing all of them. But the idea is that you can hop in here and know that if I start at the 3.2 and then I do down the line, you know, whatever the next one's going to be, I think that might be like 9.2 or 10.2, you know, that's going to be upper body, some of the similar moves, but challenging you in some way. Just saying. All right, so here we go. First move in is our chest squeeze. So remember, palms, fingers, all the way through. Here we go, and we're squeezing that out from the chest, out and in, keeping that resistance strong all the way through. It's not strong and then we dwindle and there's nothing. Keep it strong all the way through. Shoulders out of your ears. Keep that nice and low and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulder press, not getting a rest in this round. Up. So our gold post, pressing that up. Strong through the body. And that's the great thing about these muscle strengtheners. You know, these are muscles that are helping you feel stronger in either everyday movement, or maybe you have goals of rock climbing or bouldering, paddle boarding. All these activities, they require some of this upper body strength that you get to work on in these workouts. 3, 2, 1, shake it out. Shoulder pulses. I feel like there's something on my lip. I'm like, what is this? Oh my goodness, it's driving me nuts. Here we go. In our shoulder pulses. Remember, this is just a 1 to 2 inch micro movement. Again, you can give me the raise the roof hands. But it's a party. Literally. Like, how many moves do you get where you're like physically celebrating yourself in it as you're doing it? Like, this is the jam. Keep it strong. I'm feeling this engaged in my core too. Like, even though it's an upper body move, I mean, I am like in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, chest. Fly. I'm going into my kickstands here. And remember, squeezing together, pulling apart, squeeze. This is really dynamic if you're just activating your mind and thinking of those things. Press, pulling. I don't know, duct tape. I don't know why duct tape came to mind. Pulling duct tape apart. Pressing together. Come on. A few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake that out. If you do that with the right imagery, really in the right intention, there is no way you are not feeling that move. I'm just saying. Skull crusher. So we're up. Remember, palms, hands together, and down. In it. Elbows in. Right? So keep those. Again, we're not letting that kind of wave out. We're keeping that nice and tight. Pressing through. Working this tricep. All the way through this. When you have that movement, when you keep that resistance, even if your hands are just pretending. 3, 2, 1. Bring together, bicep curls, starting up, halfway down, right in it. If you find it's more comfortable to be here, be here. I'm just showing you all the stances. But honestly, that kickstand does feel better for me. In this, there's something about it. 3, 2, 1. down, halfway up, elbows tucked in. But I think it's important to show you, different options, because maybe you've only ever seen it one way and you've always wondered, why does that feel uncomfortable for me? You're like, why does this, I hate this. And that's a lot of times, sometimes we'll say, I hate doing that move, right? But it may be because it feels uncomfortable and you haven't explored or found a way that it works comfortably for your body, right? It could just be that. Like I always said, I hate burpees, which I think most people do. 3, 2, 1, now we're down, all the way up. And I said that for years and years and years until I found variations that worked for where I was, where my body is, how it's shaped, how it moves. And once I found something that was comfortable and worked for me, then it was like, oh, like I don't hate them. Is it the thing I always want to do? No. But at least I'm not like losing my life over them. So it could be the same for any number of moves, right? That's just one example. All the way up, 5, 4, 3, keep it strong, 2, 1. Going into our lateral arm raises here. So we're up, remember, this is kind of our, I don't know what we're calling this, into the 45 and front, kind of like our little swoop move, right? Swoop, swoop. Breathe, you're almost done. What? Literally, we're one move away from being done. I'm like, you're a rock star. How did we just really muscle through that? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish this one out. If you're in it with me, awesome. Into our bent over row. So I'm taking my stance shoulder width apart, adjusting my belly, and I'm coming down, hinging, and here we go. So we're in and down. I mean, I really sit back into this just so I can get a nice tall back, and then I can squeeze this right into my shoulders, making sure, even though I'm bent over, making sure that my shoulders aren't up into my ears, right, that I'm not pressing them up. Exhale as you bring that up. It's a good memory for when you add weights, right? Using that breath. 10 more seconds. You got this. You got 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, bring it up. Yes, that is how we do. This is how we do. Like if you are still here with me, you just did that, right? It may not have been the easiest thing. You may have needed to press pause. You may needed to have taken a longer water break, or just, you're like Kanoa. You do that move, I'll catch up on the next one. It's not about that. It's the fact that you stuck with it and you still finished it out, right? Knowing that you have everything it takes to not just start something, but to see it through and to finish. And that is the point. I'm super proud of you. So let's do a little cool down because we need to give our upper body some love. So we're gonna do alternating shoulder rolls. You're gonna shoulder roll back, but one at a time. Maybe you find one arm's a little bit, you're like, ooh, this right one needs a few. Maybe you do a few on each side. Maybe it's just one at a time. I love giving you options. You can do what works best for you, because I don't ever want you to feel like I can only do it the way Kanoa does it, right? That's not gonna help you in the long scheme of things, because the goal is that you be in the driver's seat of your own journey and you be a great investigator of what works for you. Don't just do what everyone tells you to do. It's like, it doesn't feel right, figure it out for yourself. Reverse, bring it forward. Oh yeah. That feels yummy. A few more of these. Then we're gonna go into one that I really love. Kind of like giving yourself a hug, like swinging arms here. And you're just bringing them so that it's like a hug, but keeping it nice and loose. And then remembering to alternate which arm comes on the front, right? So one time it's like my right, then my left, but alternating this. Just keeping this loosey-goosey. You're really, oh, that feels like really good. My shoulders and my arms and my chest. Like we worked all of that. I wasn't joking when I said upper body. You know, the upper body. Give me a few more seconds of this because this is just so glorious. 3, 2, 1. Alternating arm. So now you're gonna do a wide circle here and we're gonna alternate it just like we did the shoulder roll, but take your time here. So we're facing forward and you're just bringing that arm around. If you feel like there's a sticking point, take your time. This is definitely not a race. You may find there are parts in this motion where you're like, ooh, like that's a little bit tight. Take your time through there. Maybe you just give it some love. Right, this is part of self-love. It's like self-care. Rewarding your body after literally showing up through that workout. I'm telling you, like there was no breaks. Like we just went through and busted those moves out twice, 30 seconds each. Do, do, do. I feel like I should just make this a dance right now. Bring it reverse. Forward a few of these. Ooh. Yeah. Really stretching through the fingers and breathing. Making sure your neck is nice and loose through this. 2, give me one more each side on your right, then on your left. Awesome. Clasping. I just love to sing everything. It just happens. Clasping hands together and away. So palms out. Your thumbs are going to be facing the ground. You're going to press through. And it's okay to round your back here. You're going to inhale and extend. And then exhale. So as you inhale again, taking a deep breath, stretching. Feel how that breath expands in the back. It actually helps you get a deeper stretch in between your shoulder blades. One more, exhale. Inhale, deep breath, press. Exhale, bring it down, shake it out. Now you're gonna bring, clasping your hands behind your back. So just take them, and then you're gonna just open up your chest. Really kind of press through that. I even feel that in my arms, my front shoulders. Breathe. If clasping the hands isn't there for you, it's okay, but just stretch it straight back, stretching your arms, opening up the chest, breathing into that space, breathing into that confidence. Take up space. You are worthy of taking up all the space. You really are amazing. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, shake it out. Oh my goodness. I literally am just so proud of us for making this through, proud of you. And I hope to see you again. Like I said, we're gonna have more upper body workouts, upper strengths that are happening throughout Focus Power, and maybe those are your jam. Maybe you're sprinkling other things in. Maybe you're gonna do all of these with me and we get to finish this together, however you need to do. But I'm excited to see you next time, and I'll see you then.